The other issue, Honourable Speaker, is the issue of recycling very old people in a situation where we have very many young people who can actually share, so many of them can share the salary of the old people who are supposed to be retired. If someone is retired, let them retire in peace. And these people who have retired, let's look at these individuals who have retired. These are people who have been there for a long time. Possibly they have even stolen from the government. They have invested, they have institutions, they have businesses, yet we give them jobs instead of giving the youth who are suffering. Why don't we have a policy that bars anybody who has retired, who has reached retirement age, from being given a job? Who says that somebody who is at 5 years old cannot head a board? What does somebody who is 70, 80 years old have that is so significantly different from a 35, 40-year-old person?
Honorable Speaker, there is need for government to review the retirement age in the public service and scale it down to 55, so that the youth who are trained and unemployed, I can imagine a teacher who graduated in 2009 and cannot be employed because of unavailability of space. And this unavailability of space is created by raising the retirement age.
You've seen very many advertisements. The government will always ask for these documents. Now, how can a government ask for these documents from a candidate, yet the government itself is the custodian of this very same document, Madam Speaker? It doesn't make sense for Public Service Commission to ask for various people who have applied for these positions, for CRB clearance, for Higher Education Loans Board clearance, for police clearance, yet the government of Kenya is the custodian of these documents.
Honorable Speaker, as I support this bill, I would wish to remind the House of the provision of Article 54 of the Constitution. Our Constitution was optimistically written and negotiated. And Article 54 says very clearly, it is the responsibility of the government to train the youth and provide them with meaningful employment. Train the youth, and not just the youth, all the youth. And therefore, progressively, within the frameworks of Vision 2030, National Government Economic Agenda, and even the manifestos that the various political parties are generating prior to elections, it should be conscious to the provision of Article 54. And I also urge the youth, led by Honorable Keter and the rest, we need to struggle, lobby, and fight and advocate for all the youth to be employed in this country so that they can lead decent and meaningful lives. So the Constitution was not written in vain. This National Assembly, the executive, and the economic planners of this country should customize and endeavor to ensure that this provision is implemented. And I can see if within the master plan of Vision 2030, which also talks of Kenya should be able to produce the most competitive human resource by the year 2030. We should not only be having skilled labor within the country, but even exporting labor to other markets and other economies.